Hey everyone. So it's before 8 o'clock on January 15th in Squamish, and I'm not going to make it in for NetSquared. I've really been looking forward to this, and thank you, Eli, so much for including me and for the invite. I've never seen a blizzard warning on the sea to sky, and I don't need to experience it firsthand, so I apologize. However, my presentation's ready, so here we go, 5 minutes in one shot. Writing email for mobile, or also known as, let's write some emails that are going to get read. For starters, a really quick invitation to connect with me, Jocosity Jess on Instagram, jocosity.ca, project management consultant, communications, PM geek, anything to keep teams organized. Let's jump in. So, it's like the classic 80s song, Where Do Broken Hearts Go? I asked myself the same question of where do unanswered emails go? Where are they? Are they with that other sock from the laundry? I'm not sure, and I don't have the answer about where broken hearts go or where unanswered emails go, but I think we can do something to try to understand where the problems may be coming from in terms of why our emails, we might be writing emails that aren't getting answered. But first, a very quick Catfield history lesson. How did we get here? What might need to change? We started with letters. Remember those? Someone spent a bunch of time reading you a letter, and then you spent just as much time, effort, and attention in reading their letter, maybe even then responding to it. Emails introduced. We sit at our workstation and we have focused time at our workstation being able to answer all of our emails. Then we have the dawn of the smartphone. We've got all of these. We probably are all carrying it most of the time in our pocket. It's like we have access. People can access us anytime. And the thing to note about this biggest change and the biggest impact that we're dealing with, our key constraint from writing and responding and consuming emails on mobile, is that it's a tiny screen. We're not looking at letter-sized paper anymore. There isn't as much space or real estate, if you will, to be able to communicate in lengthy prosaic messages. Spoiler. Okay, so we're going to ask ourselves, how can I make it simple for my recipient to be able to read, comprehend, and hopefully respond to my email? Let's first look at some things not to do. Okay, we're going to avoid vague subject lines. The subject line may be the only thing that gets read, if it's not effective especially. So imagine where your email recipients may be. They're in line at JJ Bean with kids hanging off of them because it's a snow day. They're trying to listen for their order. They're logging onto the Wi-Fi. Your notification comes up. We don't tend to have people's undivided attention very often anymore. So avoid subject lines like around the screen. Try to go for something that's more specific, and if there is a call to action within your email, put that in the subject line as well. Another thing, responding mid-thread with a new topic. This can be a habit that I've seen a number of people get into. There's a lot of people responding back and forth on an email thread, and then someone responds out. I think that they see my name in the inbox and they think, oh, I've got that thing to tell Jessica, so they respond with that thing, but the subject line is about the other thing, and it's really easy. I'm pretty detail oriented. It's pretty easy to miss it. Another thing to avoid, a really lengthy introduction of background information before you get to what the call to action is. On the small screen, your recipient may only be able to read, say, maybe the first 4 or 5 sentences. It's what comes up in their preview, or it's what they're looking at before they have to scroll. Typically, think about it, when you open an email, you're in a busy, distracted environment. We're thinking, is there anything here that I need to do? So see if you can reword your email so that you have that at the very top, and address it to the person that needs to fulfill the call to action as well. So that was 2 things to avoid. Let's go through things to remember. So this is the slide. I'll have everything available on my website in a blog post after the event. So things to keep in mind. We want to make sure that our emails are concise. We want to address them to who is actually being actioned, and any of the FYIs are in the CC. Try to avoid long, lengthy background stories before the call to action. Put that stuff at the bottom so whenever people are actually sitting down, then they can be able to read and comprehend that email. So remember all this. I'm sorry I missed you. Thank you so much, and I will make the next event. Looking forward to meeting you all.